So good afternoon everyone, I hope you're well. So welcome to part 5 of how to start a recruitment agency. So this video is going to be a short one. It's the only one that is actually optional. So you don't have to actually do this. This is just good advice, good practice to actually implement some of these in there. So it's going to be a short one. There's a playlist link in the description so you can go through the whole course at your leisure if you've just stumbled across this video. So what we're going to cover in this short video is how to have candidates ready, and also to have clients and clients information ready, and also how to softly market your agency even before you actually start going to market and actually offering your service. So it is quite important. I don't have to speculate why having candidates there as opposed to not is an advantage as well. So what we do is we're going to candidate pool. So candidate pooling is basically having a pool of candidates ready for you, whether they're very active candidates or passive candidates. What I mean by active candidates is they're actually looking for a new job. A passive candidate is someone that is just currently, sought after by a lot of companies for their skill set, and they're not really looking. But if something comes along, they might obviously look at it. So what you want to do, a good tactic is constantly be connecting with people 10 to 20 a day. Let's say you're recruiting software engineers, you like JavaScript engineers, you want to be connecting with those all across the country. The reason being, when you go to market and you contact clients and then suddenly a client says, actually, we are looking, would like you to find us a JavaScript engineer in Swindon, for example. Yeah. And you might say, oh God, now I've got to find one. But imagine you went on LinkedIn and you've got 2 connections already that you can send messages to. That would be, a huge advantage. And imagine you get a CV across to the client in 24 hours. You're going to look very good, very professional. Because when you start an agency, one of the things you don't want to be perceived as is you are a new agency. Because that means you don't have a database. That means you don't have access to a lot of features and functions that a lot of established agencies have. So go onto your LinkedIn and start posting. Because what you don't want to do is look like you've just set up your LinkedIn page. So make some posts, retweet, or interact, not retweet. What do they call it? Repost stuff, and then move on from there. Make your social pages, if you're using any other pages, make it more active. Yeah, spread it out over a few weeks. So if anyone goes on there, they scroll a little bit, and they don't want to get to the end. You want them to keep scrolling, and there's loads of stuff, and they say, okay, this guy's always posting, or this girl. And posting job ads. So this is good for 2 reasons. You might come across good CVs, and also you might get some market knowledge. That being said, if you post job adverts and you know the candidates sought after and you don't get any applicants, that means companies that are doing that are not getting applicants as well. So they're more likely to give the business to you. So it gives you a bit of market data, and obviously you can have some conversations. I call them practice conversations with candidates, calling them up and saying, look, thanks for your application. The position's closed. You can't legally obviously advertise jobs that aren't advertised unless you state it's candidate pulled. But you can obviously have those conversations and say, look, this position is filled. I just wanted to give you a courtesy call and just tell you, look, we've got your application. Are you still looking? Have you got any interviews lined up? How can I be of assistance? And that works wonders. A candidate will say, you know what, I've got 2 interviews, or haven't come across anything. It's a tough market. They'll tell you everything. Or if you say, oh, this candidate's got 7 interviews, you say, wow. And just have a conversation, human to human, and see what comes up. Don't prod too much on the question side. Anyway, sending voice notes to candidates you connected with on LinkedIn is paramount. So even if it's just, look, welcome to my network, thanks for connecting, hope you're well, God bless, stay in touch. It could be something like that. Because at the moment we don't have any jobs for them. We're not going to say, oh, you're looking for a new job. Later on you can, once you're active. Again, on the client side, what we're going to be doing is we're going to go online and we're going to find a database. And I'm in the healthcare industry, or care home, social care. So I go onto carehomes.co.uk. That has pretty much most, I would say 80% of all of the care homes in the UK. And I can find the details from there. I can find out what locations they are. So whatever industry you're in, find an online database or resource. If people say, oh, I can't find one, well, that's ludicrous, because these companies want to be seen. They want to advertise their service. So there's always somewhere where you can find their details. Whether it's, for example, there's none for mechanics. There's not a central database, but you can just go into Google and you can just say mechanics near me and find it. That's how I used to do it as well. So grab some vacancies as well. Brainstorm if you're still looking at ideas. Always be looking for vacancies or niches that you can kind of step into as well. So you could say, hold on, I haven't heard of that. Let me look into it. Oh, there's quite a lot of jobs. There's not much agencies recruiting in it. It could be even better than what you started with. If not, it can be a sub niche for you. Also, you want to be building an email list to send out later on. It's very easy to build an email list in your spare time rather than you running an agency, you got placements to make. So hit the ground running is very important when you start an agency. You must go in with a bang because you have to do way more than everyone else that's already established as well. And what I like to do is build a top 100 list. So let's say you're recruiting software engineers. You want the top 100 companies in that sector. Google, Amazon, Facebook, etc. Yeah, Microsoft. Because even if you land one, even if you even have a conversation with one or get one job from them, it's worth a lot. It's a confidence boost. It's something where you can sell to potential clients. There's a lot of things you can do with it. So always be looking. And also, you're going to be looking at active and passive clients as well on the flip side. Some clients will be advertising their jobs all over the place and you can get their details from there. But work out how to find passive clients. Not all clients will advertise, especially on the temporary side. You can't be just going to vacancies. You must be looking at data that's out there because sometimes they just give it to agencies and don't bother advertising it themselves because they know they'll get no applicants. On the other side, we've got some marketing. Now, I'm not telling you to get a billboard or get some TV adverts and radio adverts. That's all pie in the sky. This is the reason we're doing this or advised to do it is so you look established. It's a big put off if you've just started your agency. Trust isn't there. It's hard enough to build trust with any B2B or B2C business. So if you do business with anyone, it's the trust element you have to win over. So write some articles either about yourself, post on Reddit or something. Listing on local business directories. A lot of them are free, most of them are. There's recruitment ones. You can pay for PR, so you can get a Forbes article about yourself if you want. They're not too expensive, believe it or not. You can get an article written for like $200, I think, even on a very reputable website. So if someone does Google your name or your company name, you'll come up with the agency. It will look very established. Some people might just know it's a PR stunt, but some won't. So a lot of candidates won't, a lot of clients won't as well. And there are recruitment websites you can just list on there. If you paid for some job boards, they have a little page where you can add yourself as well. And don't forget, add yourself to Google Places or any directory like that, because when someone's local, especially if you're running a temp agency, and you say, look, hey, I want to, find a JavaScript agency, recruitment agency near me, clients and candidates are going to be searching, and that's one of the highest driving organic traffic funnels to my website is Google Places as well. So hope you enjoyed the video and it's hopefully been somewhat helpful. Again, it's optional. I'll go through later on how to actually do this method. I think I might do it in the next video because there's all well and good me talking about it, but we can screen share and show how to actually do it. I might even spark up some conversations or look over some previous conversations I've had with candidates as well to illustrate it. So as always, if you want to book a call with me, go on to cadsmoney.com. Hope you're all well and take care.